Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Automation Hub Sathak, and today we will be learning about auto-suggestive drop-downs basically happening inside the travel websites. If you go to my channel and look for my drop-down videos, you will find that I have done select class drop-down long time back, even dynamic drop-down a few 8-9 months before, and also I have done looping drop-down in travel websites. There are some of these things which are going to get repeated, but I'm trying to implement different techniques. So what is the technique? First, I'll tell you. So let me open, I'll open in another Chrome because this browser hangs. Okay, so here, let me open our favorite website, makemytrip.com. So here, we're going to select anything. Let's say we are selecting, I'm just giving the word new. Okay, so once I type the word new over there, the first suggestion comes up is New Delhi. Of course, it is an Indian website, so it will come up with New Delhi. Then New York, then this LGA, this New York LaGuardia something. Then there is Newark, which is from New Jersey. Then there is JFK, and then there are further different websites, different airports. So, what if you look for new? Generally, it's human tendency that once we see something and there is an auto-suggestive drop down, we don't type the whole thing. Let's say for example you want to go for New York, so you see new here, you see in the fourth position New York, you just click your mouse here and that's it. Now then you go here and you do the same thing. So what apart from clicking on the mouse and selecting that particular thing, what else do you can do? So just type new here and then press your keyboard. Now the highlight is on New Delhi. Another keyboard here, now it is on New York. Now one more down, it's New Delhi, New York, New York LaGuardia, New York, United States. So technically if I want this now and I hit enter, okay, I'll do something again. I'll click new, one down, two down, three down, four down, and hit enter. So I have to just press keys down button 4 times and then I have to hit enter for this to go and get selected over there. Then I can go and do the same thing here. So this uh, this particular video will be auto-suggestive drop-downs using keyboard. So using keyboard commands, we can do this. Okay, so this is how we have to automate this. So I hope you understood what I'm trying to do. I'm using keyboards, I'm not using anything else. So let's go ahead and create a package, auto-suggestive drop-downs. I'll immediately go and create a class. Okay, public WebDriver. I'm immediately write the code. I'll not sit @test public void make my trip. So driver equal to new Chrome driver. Manage dot window dot maximize driver dot get. I'll go copy this, come back, paste it here. So this is the first basic thing that we will do. Now the next thing is, first I have to click on this, right? So I'll just click on, just go here and click anywhere, it will work. So I'll just go and inspect this particular field. It has an ID from city. So I'll go here, driver dot find element by dot ID from city dot click. Save it. Okay, SC is uppercase. That is my mistake. Okay, now let's run this particular thing. Okay, See if it is working fine, then great. Okay, there is some error. Okay, there is some slowness. One second, guys. Let's go ahead with little bit. So driver dot. I did a mistake. I should have. See, whenever you are doing auto-suggestive drop-downs, feel free to use thread dot sleep as well, because these things don't work otherwise. And do not forget this implicit wait. So this one should make our lives little simpler. So if you forget this, then you might, encounter certain issues. That's okay, it will work. So we'll go here. I'll execute later. Now the next thing is I need to enter something here in this from this text box. So let's say I want to enter new here. So this text box I need to inspect. Um, it has a type attribute autocomplete. I cannot use this. The class looks too huge. There is a placeholder attribute with a value from. So I can use this as an XPath. So double slash input at the rate placeholder equal to from. Okay, I think it is uppercase. Yeah, it is one of one, so I'll use this. And of course, I'll give a thread dot sleep because some things will not work like it did not in our first run. Okay, so now I'll write driver dot find element by dot xpath. I'll paste the xpath and I'll give the dot send keys. I'm, I'll pass new here. Now once this is done, I'll give another thread dot sleep for the next. So what's the next thing that I have to do? Once I've entered new, I have to use mouse operations to come one down one. So I can do one thing. I can just type here something like this: driver dot find element by dot xpath dot send keys, and here I'll use keys dot down. So let's execute this much and we'll see next. Okay, see, it has selected. I don't know why it went to Mumbai, because it was little too fast. Maybe I have to slow it down a little bit more. I'll give 2 seconds wait. This is the problem with these kind of auto-suggestive drop-downs. Something doesn't work immediately. If something you try to immediately make it work, they might be a little disrupted. So slow down, give them time. I'm typing new there, NEW. Now see, earlier, before new went, by default Mumbai was selected, because for that to go it took some time, right? So Mumbai got popped up, but it should not have, because the moment I pressed on the down key, Mumbai was still there. Mumbai had not gone. So we have to give time for such kind of applications. Now New Delhi is getting selected. Our intention is go to New York. See, I can do, like we do it manually. I can do this thing 4 times. Control C. We can do this, and then our new arc will get selected. But this is something which is a manual mode of doing things. Why are we even automating it if you have to use a manual mode and copy pasting code? See, it will go New Delhi, and it went quickly to Newark. See, immediately jumped. If I would have given like thread dot sleep here in each, it will take some time for you to show that it is picking one by one. If I do it right now, it will show one by one. You will get typed New Delhi, New York, New and New York. This is where you wanted to go. It did. So, and then if you want to select it, you can directly write it over here like this. After this, once it gets selected, you don't have to do too much. You just have to give another thread dot sleep and copy the same thing, but at the end, instead of keys dot down, because you are not going further down, you are finalizing it, you are entering it. So if you run this, New Delhi, New York LaGuardia, and New York, and then it selected New York. So code is working absolutely fine. So this thing is working fine. There is no problem in this thing. But I don't want to write key down operations like this. It's crazy. I don't want to. So I'll comment this area. I don't want this to, be included. So rather I'll delete it. So what I want is this one to work something in a different way. So what I'll do, I'll use a while loop. So int I equals to 0 I'll make. So while, since the click operation is 4 times, iteration will be done four times. And then here I will introduce this down key. And then I will increment the value. Simple. Once this incrementation is done, this one is not required. And then you can add thread.sleep 1000 over here too. And also if you want them to slow down a bit, you want to see how they are working, you can add another thread.sleep. Okay, so this one should make it run. Let's wait. I'll type new. Now it will start selecting one by one. New Delhi, New York, LaGuardia, New York. And then it selects New York. So that's good. So code is working absolutely fine. So the while loop is working absolutely fine. So this is the from date. So same thing, you just copy the whole thing, Control C, come here, paste it. The only difference is now you will automate. Oh my god, these things need to be closed. 1 second, guys. I'm not using driver.quit. So okay, so now let's say for example you select this. Now you have to go here and do the inspection. Of course you'll have to click here first. So there is 1 second. Okay, you selected NEW, you selected New York, then you have to inspect this. Yeah, you can use this ID to city. Okay, so instead of from city you can use to city, and then once it opens up, this option you'll have to select the input. You have to enter the input. Here the placeholder is 2, so this one will be 2 instead of from. Make it 2, and let's say you are trying to go for boss and you want to go for this Bosaso Somalia, for example. So this one is also 1 2 3 4. Okay, or you can go for this anything, or you want to go for this. So it totally depends, whatever is in the auto suggestion. I want to go for Bosaso Somalia. This is also 1 2 3 4th keys, so I'll go for boss here, BOS. Rest of all remains same, but I cannot be used because I is already used, so I'll go for J. This one will also be J. So here instead of from, it will be 2. Rest of all remains the same, and this one becomes 2. All good. So we'll run the whole thing together. So this one will select Newark, New Jersey, and this one will select Bosaso, Somalia. Okay, great. So you are able to see Bosaso, Somalia. That is what we did. So this is one example of doing it, but this is for using Makemytrip. Okay. So let's see for another website, because see, different travel websites will have different implementations. So this particular code is working fine. So now let's go into another test public void is my trip. So this is another website which I'm trying to code. So I'll just go ahead and copy these things, and I'll go to, and I'll open is my trip. So currently I'm in US, so I'll give the is my trip US. If you are in Canada, it might open .ca. If you are in India, I don't know, might open ismytrip.com or something. So, but I'm in US, so that is why it is showing US. Okay. So all these locations and all, just allow it. So I've already allowed it. Once you allow it, then it's better. Otherwise, that thing will pop up. Otherwise, you can also handle the pop-up. It is up to you. Or you can use Chrome options to disable those pop-ups. I've said all those things in my videos multiple number of times. So now we'll just go ahead and click on this fellow. So once you click here, this thing opens up. So we'll do the same. We'll use new. And let's say you want to go to New Haven. If you go here and you type new, the auto suggestion is coming. But now if I click on my keyboard, I'm clicking, guys. Maybe you are able to hear the sound of my keyboard, but nothing is happening. So this keyboard operations which happened for Makemytrip will not work for ismytrip. So what should I do? So let's code and decide what should we do. So first, let me go and inspect this. Yeah, we have an ID from city. I'll copy this. I'll come here. I'll simply copy this one and just paste it, Control C, paste it here, and this one is FRM city. I need to see whether C is uppercase. No, C is lowercase in this case. C is lowercase, save it. The next line of code, I need to enter something here. So right click, inspect. This has a placeholder from, but since it has an ID and which it looks good, so I'll use the ID rather. So I'll use the ID. So first let me, of course, as usual, I have to give a thread.sleep. Even 2 seconds sometimes is not enough, but that's okay. We'll manage with 2. So this one will, you guys can use try catch block. I'm just using a YouTube video. In framework, I use try catch block. Okay. So now I'll copy the same thing from here. Control C. I'll paste this thing here. The only difference is I'll use ID. I'll copy this. ID. I think the HTML tag is input. Yes, the HTML tag is input. And I have done this. Now I'll give another thread.sleep here. The part which I'm trying to say is the keys operation will not work. So using this one dot send keys and keys dot down will not work. So what will I do? How will I manage this? Let me go and directly try to do something. For example, first, so once this is done, so now which one do I want after typing new? I want New Haven, okay? I want this particular entity. I'll inspect it, and this has an ID, this. I'll just use this ID. Okay, I'll directly use this ID. driver dot find element by dot id. I'm going to use this id and I'm going to dot click it. No problem, I'm able to click it. So I'll wait another thread dot sleep. I'll give 1000 milliseconds. Okay, now I'll go back to, I'll click it. Let's go to this Chhatrapati Shivaji, whatever it is showing the 2. So this also has an ID2 city. First we can use this ID2 city to get it clicked. Okay, and then we'll come here, inspect this. It has an ID edit box show. So I'll just copy this much, Control C, paste it here, Control V. This one is for the destination, and instead of this ID, I'll use this ID, Control C, and I'm not using new, I'm going to enter something else. So let's enter boss only, and you want this Bosset airport. So inspect this, you have this ID, put it in here. Yeah, this one is not there. Save it, and that's it. This is not required. So this much is for your from, this one is for the to, this one is the source, this one is the destination, and here I need to enter boss. And that's it, guys. Let's see if this thing works. I'll just run it. It should type new and select New Haven. This should type boss and select Bosset. Works absolutely fine. So this is another way of writing or selecting auto-suggestive drop-down. See, this one is a different way, this one is a different way. The previous video which I made 8 months back, I had used another technique. So you can use multiple techniques to get these things done. I was just showing you different techniques to automate auto-suggestive drop-downs. So these are different ways which you can handle these things with. You can try out with other websites like SpiceJet. Probably this website has a different feel to it. So earlier, long time back, 10-11 years before, when I was automating this website, see, it is taking so much time to open. Okay, whatever, you can use spicechat.com. Their date selection is a little different. If you see here, let's say you want to go for Dubai. If you type DU, okay, so you allow this. So here, if you type Dubai DUB, okay, I'll type DUB Dubai. You can select this. So if I mouse over, it is not coming. So you'll have to select this fellow. There was a time if you use New Delhi or Pune, sometimes by default this fellow will take it up. See, I just typed PU because Dubai is an international thing, it did not take. But if you like type Mumbai, it will automatically take it up. Just by entering, you'll enter, it will take it up. So you don't even have to click or do anything. Just enter MU and by default it will take it up. So this is a different challenge. And now let's say Ahmedabad. So if you type AMD, it will automatically take it up and move here. So this website behaves a little differently. You don't have to, do much. Just have to come here, right click, inspect this. You just click here. Okay, you can use this input tag. It has anything, we'll see if it has anything, or we'll use an XPath. So it has a class which looks weird. So we'll have to find some identification for this particular area, And once you are able to find the identification for this particular area, so then you can just literally go ahead and there is a data test ID over here. This class is belongs to everything. This one you can directly use this one, and then you come to input. So you can use different uh, locator symbol and just enter the value and it will take up. No need to do anything. Just typing only dot send keys will only make it done. So you can try this. Let me know. If you want a video of the same, I'll make for spicejet.com. There are different websites which are coming up. You can try automating. There are a lot of websites which prevent automation. The first time they will allow, the second time if you try to automate, they will not allow. So there are a lot of challenges, but this is an interesting thing. So please go ahead and do it. And I hopefully you like this video. I've already made a couple of videos on Dropdown. This another one. Hopefully you liked it better. So please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and like and share videos. Thank you so much. Sathik is signing off.